Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elle and I am the Coffee Addicted Reader. Now I have my coffee and now it's time to talk about books. Too hot. Just gonna sit that over there for now. So with 2021 coming to an end, I thought it would be a fantastic idea to go through my 2021 favorite books that I've read this year. I will start out by saying that I didn't read as much as I would like to, and I think it's because of work and with writing and stuff like that. But that isn't one big reason why I'm actually starting this channel. Okay, so if you've looked at my previous videos, you know that it was intentionally supposed to be an author tube channel, but I'm segueing into booktube because I didn't really want YouTube to be like another thing that I can treat like a job. I really don't want to do that. I kind of don't really want that to be part of my author platform. And yes, I'm an author. I'll throw that out there right now. I say that like it's the worst thing in the world when actually it is my dream. But this YouTube channel is not for me to promote my books or anything like that. I mean, if you want to read them, then that's fine. I do leave the links of everything down below just for you guys, and you know, why not? But basically, I really wanted to do this YouTube channel to get me to read a little bit more, because I am happier when I'm reading. And my mental health hasn't been the best this year at all, I will be honest, like in 2021, because I'm filming this in 2021 and it should be out in 2021, so there we go. But basically, I just really want to have a place where I can talk about books, something that will help keep me motivated to read a little bit more, because like I said, love reading. It makes me so happy. So I don't know why I didn't read more this year at all. I think it's just because, you know, life happened. I'm getting married next year, so I was doing a lot of wedding planning. I have 2 books releasing in 2022, so I had to get all that ready and all that stuff was happening. I was starting a new role at my job. I am a teacher, and if anyone, just saying this right now, and I'm probably going to get it in other videos if anyone comments, I do read romance, and if people want to criticize me for reading romance, being a high school teacher and all that stuff, you can feel free to do that. I just will outright ignore you, because I do not talk about my books or the books that I write, the books that I read. I don't talk about any of that stuff with my students, because you know what, there's that divide, that professional divide between student and teacher. But anyway, let's move on from that. So yeah, this is basically a place for me to talk about books and to talk to other people about books and get new recommendations and to chronicle what I read, because there are so many books that I've read in the past and I really wish that I could have like recorded my reaction to reading in a reading vlog, or recorded a review of seeing the excitement that I had when I was reading it or after I'd read it. I just really want to have that just for me, and I wanted something that was separate from my author platform, and so that's why I'm creating this. So if you're watching this video, I'm so happy that you're here. Hopefully you stick around. If not, like if I talk a lot, and I do talk a lot, I will just say that right now. If you don't like that sort of thing, this is probably not your channel. If you don't like what you hear or what you see or whatever, then you know what, that's fine. You can find a channel that you like, no big dramas. But I am happy that you're here, because like I said, I'm going to go over the favorites for 2021. So I will say that there's only about 5 books that I had. There were books that I liked, but none that I would say is 5 stars. Okay, and there are a couple on this list that just hit the five-star mark. Okay, and I'm gonna start off with a shorter novel. It was like a little novella type thing, and it is called, and I'm so sorry if I keep on looking down, but I wrote down all these titles so that way I don't mess up, because chances are I'm probably gonna mess up anyway, but I want to limit how much I mess up. Like I said, the first book that I really want to talk about today is Scream for Us by Molly Doyle. Okay, so like I said, it's a very short read. I read it in one night. It's pretty quick, so if you're ever interested in a quick read, definitely check that out. So basically what this book is, it's about a girl. She's in high school, she's in college, and she goes to a party with her friend, and it's kind of a reverse harem kind of thing. If you like reverse harems and books that are a little bit twisted, then that really make you question your moral compass, then this book is definitely going to be for you, because I'll say this right now. Love horror movies like Scream, Jason, Michael Myers, all of them. But in this book, she meets these 3 guys, and this is a Halloween type of theme. So she's at a Halloween party, and these guys are dressed up. One is dressed up as Ghostface, the killer from Scream, and the other one is dressed up as Jason, and the other one is dressed up as Michael Myers, okay? And she kind of goes with them, and they kind of have their own fun, if you catch my drift. There isn't much of a full-on story, so if you're in there for like this amazing epic story with lots of plot, you're probably not going to find it. But it's something very quick, something easy, and it is definitely all kinds of hot. I will just say that one thing for sure. But yeah, definitely such a good book. I loved it because it played with, like, you know, my love for horror movies. And I even said to my partner, I was like, I never thought that I would be attracted to Jason Voorhees, but right now, reading this book, I am all kinds of attracted to Jason Voorhees. Like I said, I never thought that I would ever say that, but you know what? It's the case. That is the case. Like, I can't really say anything more about this book. That is pretty much the story. But yeah, if you want something quick and easy, definitely check out Scream for Us by Molly Doyle. The next book is one I have in physical copy, and that is Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. So something you'll realize with this channel is that I read anything with romance, okay? If it is fantasy with fantasy romance, I'll read it. If it's just normal romance, dark romance, taboo, anything with romance in it, I will read it, okay? I'm not picky. They just need to have a romance. And in this book is no different, okay? It is a monster of a book, but oh my God, it goes by so quick. And it's not what you think it's going to be. It is just so good. So if you've read A Court of Thorns and Roses, you need to read the first 3 books in that series. But if you've read those books, then you know about Nesta, and I really wanted her book. That's what this is. This is Nesta's book, but I really wanted to read her book because she fascinated me so much. She was very complex, and I wanted to know what was going on in her head, because I really wanted to know what her motivations were. And being in her head and seeing her growth and relationships that she forms, oh my God, I don't really want to go into it too much in terms of spoilers, but I need the next book. And then I looked up recently that they don't even have a release date for the next book yet. And I'm like, why are you doing this to me? You can't. Oh my God. My God, I need to breathe. I need my coffee. I need my happy fuel. But yes, definitely a 5-star. If I could rate it higher than a 5-star, oh my God, yes. This is 5-star plus, okay? That can be a new rating thing, all right? We'll do 5-star plus for like things that surpass 5 stars, like that just surpass all my expectations, okay? And that's what this is. I can't really talk about it any more than that. I can't. I'm sorry. The next book is another fantasy. There's a lot of fantasy romances in this, just so we are aware, because I was kind of like on a fantasy romance kind of kick. So that's why that is the case. But this series, actually, it's a series, okay? 3 books in the series, read all 3 of them. This author is definitely an author by author, and I might do a video on my author by authors. I'll see how I feel. But for right now, I'm just like, I'm feeling all the feels right now with these books, just feeling everything again, bringing them up and talking about them. Oh my God. Okay, I'm good. I'm all good. But the next book is, or the series, first book is Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare, and I read all the books in the series. So it's Lady Midnight, let's check, Lord of Shadows, Queen of Air and Darkness. There we go. 3 books. And again, surpassed my expectations. Like when I first read it, it took a bit to get into it. Not a lot of pages, like maybe maximum 100 pages to get into it, so it's not really that bad. It's good, it's very good, and it wasn't what I expected. I thought there was going to be a lot more drama in it, unnecessary drama that was going to irritate me. Nope, that wasn't the case at all. And one thing I love about Cassandra Clare is that you're not only following one couple, you're following quite a few couples, and you're shipping everyone together. And that's what I found myself doing. I was shipping everyone together, and she kind of did something, and I really wanted her to do it. Oh god, I don't really know if I really want to talk about it, but you know what, I'm going to talk about it. If you haven't read this series, I recommend skipping to the time that I'm going to put down below, so that way you can avoid any spoilers if you haven't read this particular book. But basically, I was so happy when she put, oh my god, how can I forget their names? Oh my god, I think Christina and Mark and Kieran. Yes, I think those are the names. Yes, so Christina is a shadow hunter, Kieran is a fairy, and Mark is half and half. So he's half fairy, half shadow hunter. And Mark, at the start of the series, Mark was with Kieran, and they were together. And then halfway through the series, Mark and Christina were kind of like a thing, or they were leading into that avenue. And I was really worried. I was like, I really don't want Kieran to be hurt, because I did like Kieran. And I just said an offhanded comment kind of thing. Why can't she have both? I'll be happy if she has both. And that's the direction they went in. Like, I'm just like, holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Cassandra Clare is giving me a relationship, a love triangle that I can get behind. It's not even a love triangle. It's like one woman romantically and physically being with two guys. I'm like, yes, this is what needs to happen. I didn't care about the main couple. I didn't care about Emma and Julian. Okay, I lied. I did kind of care. But they were kind of, yeah, they were nothing compared to Kieran and Christina and Mark, okay? And another thing, oh my god, Ty and Kit. Oh my god. I'm just like, I know that they're like 15 or something, but I don't care. I want them to be together. I want them to be a thing. And I realized, like, I looked online because I really wanted to see if, like, as soon as I finished the book, the series, I needed to know if she was going to actually go down that route. And yes, she is going to be writing a series. As far as I'm aware, she's going to write a series that comes out in 2023. So I've got to wait a little bit, but that's fine. I can do that. But she's going to write a series around like Ty and Kit, okay? Especially how they ended. Oh my god, my heart hurts so much after that. And even now, it still hurts. I'm just like, oh my god. I need happiness with these people. And I thought oh god, I can't. But basically, this series just took me on a roller coaster of emotions. I was loving everyone. I'm just like, I'm wanting everyone to be happy. Can't we all just get along? But yeah, I'm good. You'll get used to this. I get a little bit, I don't know, animated, if that's the word I want to use. But yeah, so definitely that whole series, I cannot just pick one book. That whole series is a journey. And I'm so happy that I waited for the last book. See, a lot of books, especially fantasy-based, I will buy the books in the series, but I will not read them until all the books are out. Because I learnt the hard way, especially with Cassandra Clare. Like, okay, I didn't do that with A Court of Silver and Flames. Okay, I admit that. But you can't expect me to have that sit on my shelf and not read it. But with Cassandra Clare, I definitely learnt the hard way. Wait until all the series comes out, like all the books in the series comes out, okay? Before you read the first one. Because even if you don't like the first one, that's fine. It's all good. If you love it and you want to read all of the books, And you get to the second one and you realize, oh, the third one's not out yet. Now I have to wait and I'm hanging like by a thread. Yeah, that's pretty much how Cassandra Clare's books are. So I learned the hard way. This isn't my first rodeo with Cassandra Clare. So yeah, I am happy that I waited because I would not have been sane at all. I would have lost my mind. So yeah, definitely a favorite. And the next book, another fantasy romance, is Serpent and Dub by Shelby, and I'm so sorry about pronouncing this name wrong because I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong. Mahurin. Shelby Mahurin. I hope that I pronounced that right, and if I didn't, I'm so sorry. I am really sorry. But yes, I had to include this in my favorites because I didn't really intend to read this series. Like, it was everywhere. I was seeing all the rave reviews. And with rave reviews, sometimes it makes me want to read the book, but it can also make me a little bit nervous because, like, what if I don't like it? And then I'm the odd one out. I'm the weird one that doesn't like it and stuff like that. But you know what? I took a chance. And I'm so happy that I did because this is such a good book. Like, even this little tagline here: a witch and a witch hunter are bound in holy matrimony. There's only one way such a story could end: a stake in a match. Like, I was like, yes, this needs to happen. I didn't expect it to go the way that it went. And I fell for so many characters. And that's what I love that's one of the things that I do love about fantasy, when they add in a cast of characters that you end up falling in love with just as much as the main couple. Love it. And that's what Shelby did in this book. I'm just so happy. I have the next two books in the series, Blood and Honey and Gods and Monsters. I do have those books. Haven't read them yet because I'm a little nervous, and I saw a spoiler that something happened. I'm not going to spoil anyone here because I'm not going to be a horrible person like the person was that spoiled it for me. To be fair, they didn't know that they were spoiling, probably. I probably shouldn't have been scrolling through their Instagram looking at posts, but if you're posting something and it's public, maybe try and not say when something horrible is going to happen in the book or something good or anything like that. Leave it for the reader to find out. But yeah, I'm kind of nervous about reading it now. I will read it though. That's one of the things I want to get to in 2022. But for right now, I don't think I'm ready yet. I've got to work my way up to it. But I definitely love this book. I love it so much, and the way that it went, the pacing was really, really good. The characters were amazing. I love witches and witch stories and stuff like that. There's not enough witch stories out there, in my opinion. There needs to be more, but I just love how this whole thing was. It's just perfect. I can't say anything else, really. That's all I'm gonna say. And the final book for my 2021 favorites. Let me get my breath. Okay. The next book is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. Now, you'll figure out very quickly with me, and as I post more videos, that I absolutely love fairy tales, and I love fairy tale retellings. I'm going to be posting a video and telling you my top fairy tale retelling romance stories. It shouldn't be a shock considering, like, one of the books that I've written is a fairy tale retelling of Little Mermaid. It's fantasy romance, so of course I'm gonna love fairy tale retellings, and this book is no different. So you see, Hooked, and in fact this entire series, yes, it is a series of standalones. Only the first book is out, the second book is out next year. That's for a whole other video. But Hooked is pretty much about Peter Pan, like it's a retelling of Peter Pan, except it's focused around the character of Hook. And it's basically like, what if Hook had his happily ever after? It's focusing more on the villains of each story. So the second book is going to be focused on a villain of another fairy tale. This one is focused around Hook and Wendy, actually. And it's just so good. It's not fantasy or anything like that. It is modern day, and it's just like an adaptation. It's not like exactly like it. It's just mostly inspired by it. So just know this. And Hook is pretty much a, I think he's kind of like a, I don't know, like a henchman, crime boss, hitman kind of person. His name is Hook because I think that's what he uses to like hurt people and kill people. Yes, he does kill people. It's amazing. I love it. Actually, I do like it when there's a character that's in love with a psychopath or a murderer. I don't know what that says about me, but that's just the thing. But yes, it's just an amazing book that really sheds some light on the villains for once, and I do love my villains. I like my villains getting an origin story or getting their own kind of spotlight. Love it so much. Just so great. But just know that this relationship, some people might think of it as toxic or twisted. I absolutely love it because, you know, it's fiction. It's not really real life. So I'm able to separate the fictional world to my real life world. Like if I was treated like the characters that I read, it wouldn't be great. But I'm able to separate myself there. So if you're able to do that, then this is definitely a book that you might enjoy, especially if you like fairy tales and you like villain stories, then yeah, definitely check it out. It's so good. And that concludes today's video, going through my 2021 favorites. I am so excited about 2022 and being able to say what my 2022 favorites are going to be at the end of next year, because I am hoping that there will be a lot more, because I'm really wanting to make an effort to read a lot more instead of, you know, going on YouTube, watching YouTube videos, scrolling through Instagram, and just making an effort just to read the books. Because I always say to myself, like even as I'm watching a YouTube video, I'm like, I should be reading. I really want to read. I really want to read this book that I'm reading right now that's sitting on my bedside table. But I don't. I don't know why. I just don't. But you know what? Next year, that's going to be a goal. Read more books, because then I have a lot more to talk to you about. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Hopefully you guys take care, drink lots of coffee, read lots of books, and enjoy a very Merry Christmas. Okay? Bye.